Our other top story this half hour: upsetting, disrespectful, frustrating. Those are some of the words used to describe what our latest investigation uncovered.
New numbers show last November the Mecklenburg County Democratic Party spent more than $100,000 on their election night party. That's twice what Meck Dems used to raise over the course of an entire election cycle. The unprecedented cost comes after Democratic leaders pulled in fewer voters for their presidential candidate than 4 years prior. WCNC Charlotte's Nate Morabito is joining us now. So, Nate, Democrats are asking you, where's the money?
Yeah, those voters are convinced the county's embattled party chair could have better used resources to get out the vote, especially in black and brown communities. He agrees the watch party costs too much, but told us overall he's proud of what Mecklenburg County Democrats accomplished.
I have sweat equity in this party.
S.Y. Mason Watson feels unheard. She spent the last decade helping grow voter turnout for the largest county Democratic Party in North Carolina, with a majority of its registered voters black.
That has been a fact that seemingly has fallen on deaf ears.
The East Charlotte precinct chair believes the Mecklenburg County Democratic Party took black and brown voters for granted this election.
I don't think the attention has been given to either of our communities.
Mason Watson also serves as first vice president of the county's African American caucus. In the aftermath of the election, the caucus called for the resignation of local party chair Drew Kromer, citing in part a refusal to engage with minority communities and a lack of financial transparency under his leadership.
It is very depressing and sometimes demoralizing because you've made all of these efforts, and had there been a willing partner, the results would have been very different.
Campaign finance records show of the record-breaking $2.8 million worth of donations the county party raised, more than $100,000 alone went for an election night watch party in Camp North End for 1,200 people.
The disrespect is palpable. It makes people second guess whether they need to be involved in the process at all. And that is the true devastating effect.
Total $106,000. You see those expenses. What do you think about that?
It's a lot.
Wesley Harris is a former North Carolina lawmaker.
It's upsetting, and you can see why people are frustrated.
Most recently, he was on the losing side for the Democrats in the state treasurer's race.
That's something that it's going to be tough to go back to donors the next time around and say, we need more money.
Harris has since announced plans to challenge Kromer as party chair, hoping to target spending in places like East and West Charlotte, areas he says the Democratic Party tends to overlook.
It's about empowering our precincts and making sure that, the community members are the ones that they know their area the best.
We definitely engaged with the community. We were knocking on doors. We were showing up.
In a sit-down with WCNC Charlotte, his first interview since the election, Kromer defended his approach.
I was very happy with our efforts.
He touted the party's historic campaign that relied on paid staff and thousands of volunteers who helped host 200 events, make 3 million phone calls, and knock on 400,000 doors.
This is the first time you've had volunteers knock on your door this year.
Yeah. A record number of those in black and brown communities. An effort he says helped break the General Assembly's Republican supermajority.
That is a direct result of the incredible amount of work that was done here.
At the same time, he acknowledged voter turnout still wasn't good enough.
Could we have done better? Absolutely.
Especially in the race for president. In the hours after the polls closed at that $106,000 party, volunteers and supporters watched the underwhelming numbers come in.
I'm disappointed in how much money got spent on that party. There were a lot of last-minute cost overruns.
Kromer said if he could do it all over again differently, he would.
Obviously, it wasn't a good pill to swallow after those election results, and we had to get up there and say that Trump was going to be the next president. So overall, it was a disappointing night.
The disappointment has only continued.
Clearly, we have a lot more relationships that we need to build.
Both for him and fellow Democrats who've publicly criticized his leadership and continued to question his commitment to inclusivity.
I want this to be a big tent party that everyone can be involved in. I welcome the criticism, but they should come talk to me about their criticism. I want to hear it. I want to work through it.
Since the election, Kromer has made attempts to try to work through things with the African American caucus, but that group is not interested. Caucus President Braxton B. Coates told me that ship has sailed.
Interesting stuff. All right, Nate, thanks for highlighting this.
And we'll let you know at home, you can watch Nate's extended interview with Drew Kromer tonight at 6:30. That's going to be on WCNC Plus. Once again, you can download WCNC Plus on your smart TV and you can watch for free today.